we did last week on the last Facebook Live, because you were the only person that shared, commented that you shared, and liked the video. So congratulations to Chris. Yay! So you guys remember, you have to do all 3 to be entered into the drawing. So anyway, so I've got, let me go back, because we are going to do, since it's Valentine's Day, I am going to do something with the Be Mine stitched framelit dies. But we're not doing a Valentine's card because I want to show different uses for it other than Valentine's, and it is already Valentine's Day today. So if somebody, happy Valentine's Day. So if anybody, hey Cheryl. So if anybody wanted this framelits, you would know that it's for other things other than just Valentine's Day, because it would be kind of late to purchase it and then make a Valentine's Day card next week. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so let me remind you, this is a card, if hopefully most of you guys have seen it, that I did and I posted. I also did a blog on this where you can, there is a written PDF file for the directions to make this card, and there is a complete shopping list for the products that I used for this card. So I wanted to show you that this is using the Be My framelits. I also used a little framelit from the, what's it called? Stitch So Sweetly dies. But these dies are awesome. And truthfully, I forgot I had them, and I'm so ashamed of myself that I forgot, but I did, or otherwise I would have made some Valentine things with it. So you get tons of dies with it. You get all these little hearts. They've got the scallops, the stitching, and then over here you have this that makes a cute little border with a scalloped edge. Then you have flowers. You have this hearts, which is what I used for this. And I used this heart and I think it was this heart right here. So those were the 2 hearts that I used, and this one to make this card. So all I did was ran this through my Big Shot a couple of times and punched out all the hearts and glued them all on the front of the card. I used the negative and glued it down below. So anyway, if you guys want to know what else I did to make that card, just jump onto my blog at spongeandstamp.com, and on there it will be Beautiful Wedding Card is what it's under, and you can find everything there is about that card. Okay, so today's card. Oh, let me show you this. This was, I got something on that. I made this a while ago, back in June, I think, June or July. I made this card, and I used a couple of different die sets for it. I used the Be Mine, and I cut the big stitched heart out and the little tiny stitched heart. I also use the Well Said dies that go along with the Well Said stamp set. So when I cut out happy, I stamped anniversary, and I made an anniversary card using the Be Mine hearts. So today I am going to make a card that is going to be, we're using Well Said again. And it is, where's the sentiment we're using? It is, I know it's on here. It is far apart but close at heart. So I thought, you know what, with the heart, we're going to use the hearts again. So now I'm going to do a miss you kind of card, like you're far, far away, but I miss you. And then I've got another. We're going to use the same card, but we're going to change the sentiment on it too, so that it will give you a different idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to use the Well Said and the Thoughtful Blooms, which this is a free set that you can purchase, or not purchase, that you can choose for free with a $50 purchase or more before tax and shipping. So this is an awesome set. I really love it a lot, and I know that you guys will too, and especially when you see what we're going to do with it. Okay, so I have got my card base. I'm going to move this out of the way. I already have the images that we're going to be using blocked because I was playing with them, so they're kind of inky and messed up, but that's okay. So let me go ahead and put this one right there. I know I'm going to end up having to change them out. And in fact, I think I'm going to wipe these off some. Sorry, you guys. I probably should have cleaned them. Do you guys hear all that noise in the background? That is my two dogs. Well, it's actually my son's dogs. Well, one of them is a family dog. One of them is mostly my son's, but she loves the whole family and we love her. And she's a husky. And my other one is a little bitty mix between a Dachshund and a Jack Russell. So she's not very big. So you have this huge husky and this little dog who are horse playing. Let me tell you, Sophie, who's the little one, she is fierce when she comes to protecting herself and fighting. She just jumps up and nips and bites. And Coda, she's the husky, and she just takes her whole mouth and puts it around her neck. Scares you half to death sometimes, but I don't think she'd hurt a flea. Oh, good. I'm glad you can't hear them. All right, so I'm going to stop rattling here. We've got those cleaned up. These are the images that we're using. We've got a card base here that is, this is Mango Melody. It is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. That's our card base. Then we have a piece of Whisper White. This is 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. We have a scrap Whisper White for stamping, scrap Mango Melody for die cutting, scrap So Saffron for die cutting, and a strip that is about, it's a little over 1/2 inch for punching too. So let me go ahead and move this out of the way, and we're going to bring in our paper. I need a piece of computer paper or scrap paper that you can use here so we can protect our surface, which I've already ruined it, but that's okay. I don't want to ruin it more. So I've got Melon Mambo ink. I have Mango Melody. Move these over here. I have Granny Apple Green. Okay. In Bermuda Bay. Okay, so, and I've got ink on my fingers. Hopefully I won't get it all over our project, but if I do, I do. Okay, so I'm taking the larger flower from the stamp set. Let me see if I can show you these. So these are the images. We're using this one, the littler flower, this little flower center, and this leaf right here. We're using those. So I've got the bigger flower, and I am going to ink it up in the Bermuda Bay. I am going to come down full strength on it, and I am just going to randomly, I almost said randomly stamp around. So we've got one there. We're going to put one there, and it is okay if I go. There is fuzz on that. That's why that's not stamping all that great. Okay. Whoops. I'm like, why isn't that stamping right? I need to get my chamois and clean this. It's the baby wipe. I used a dry baby wipe instead of a wet one to wipe that ink off, and I should not have done that. Let me see here. That'll be all right. Okay. So then we're just going to come around. Where did I start? There, there. We'll put one here. We'll put one here. And then one up here. Okay, so there. So that's all I'm going to use for the big one. Now I'm going to bring in the little one, and I'm going to use Melon Mambo. I think that one has, yep, I got fuzz from the baby wipe. So it's not going to hurt anything. You're just not going to have a pretty stamped image. That's all. Okay, so now I am just going to come in with this and just stamp that. And one there. And one here. Okay, so, oops, I stamped in the wrong ink. Well, that looks interesting. We're going to go with that. Okay, so I'm going to change this one. I should close these up when I'm done with them, but I don't. Okay, so now I'm coming in with the Melon Mambo, and now I am just going to go all around with this. This one I'm going to go around a little bit more because I want it to be, I want more of the Melon Mambo in here. So we're going to come off and come off. I think that's pretty good. Let me see here. Now I'm going to come in with a little leaf with some Granny Apple Green. And I am going to have it come off kind of sort of around like it's coming from the Bermuda Bay flower. Well, all right, we are going to close these up when I'm done. I do not do well with open pads all in a row. Okay, we are going to do that. And then I've got this one coming up here. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put one more right here, just like that. Now I'm going to come in and I'm just going to randomly place the sleeves all in here. So it's not going to really matter too much. There. And let's see, we'll put one up here. One right there. All right, so there we go. So now we are all done with that. So there is, what we've done is we've pretty much created like our own designer series paper. Isn't that pretty cool? Okay, so I'm just reading, trying to look up, and there was like tons of comments, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm trying to catch up with them. Okay, so I am going to, we need this and this, and let me close this up because we really don't need that one either, or this one. Okay, so I am going to bring in our, this is the decorative ribbon punch, and that is what I am going to use, this little strip right here, Bermuda Bay. We are, and I need to stand up to use this punch because you gotta put a little strength to it. Okay, so you slide your paper in and you slide it, pushing it this way until it catches, and then you know that you're in the right place. So when it catches, you go ahead and you punch, but you want to make sure that it's flush right here. So you just punch down and then you bring it and see how it's punched. You got three little scallopy things. So you want to line these two up. This one wants to, you want to keep that one inside underneath here, but you line those two scallops up the best that you can, and you keep this side flush, and then you punch. And then see how it does, just like so. And then now I want to always keep one inside and line the next two up. I've got a little bit of a glare going on. Maybe that will help. Okay, so I'm lining those two up, holding the side flush, and I'm going to do the same thing until I go, till you get it as long as you want it. Now I am going to cut it longer than my card side here because I want to be able, See, that wasn't lined up. I'm glad I caught that. I want to be able to center it on there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think that that is going to be good. Yeah, okay. So that's all you do, and then you just cut this away, because I know it looks kind of odd with this little thing up here. So you just trim that off. Trim that off like that. We'll throw this away. Okay. And then our scraps there away. And I want to put it on this side. Actually, I'm going to put it over here, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to stick it here. Isn't that pretty how that makes that? So you could use this side if you wanted to, or use this side, or you could leave it both and use so both sides can be seen. But I think I am going to tuck this under just like that. So I'm going to put a little tiny bead of glue along the side of it here. So if you guys saw on the sketch card, the sketch challenge card, I used the same, this was on there, and that's how I did it, was with this punch. So with the decorative ribbon punch, why isn't that coming out? It's going to come flying out at me, I know it is. Well, there must be a great big glue boogie in there to where it's not. Let me see if I've got it. Well, the other ones are almost empty. This one's full, and I don't know why. I have a very bad habit of not putting the caps back on my glue. So when I do that, this happens periodically. Now, there's a little bit coming out of this one, so we'll just do that. Okay. Kinda. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over. Just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to line this up the best that I can. So I am going from this little dot right here, oops, to this little dot. I want it to come over a little bit more. And I don't want that to go up as high. Like so. All right, that's good enough. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of trim that off there and trim this off here. And there we go. So looks pretty good so far. This ribbon could have come over a little bit more, but it's okay. It works. So now I am going to put that right on there. Aren't those colors pretty together? I really do love them. Hey, Victor, how are you today? You guys, I have to tell you a secret. This man, Victor, he asked me to be his Valentine today. I said yes. Okay, so I am going to pull this over just a little bit further to this side, to the right-hand side. And that's going to go on there just like that. So what do you guys think so far? I think it looks cute. I know the colors are awesome. I love them too. They're so bright and cheerful. I absolutely love them. Okay, so now the next thing to do is we are going to do some die cutting. So I have got our scrap paper right here. So we have the sale-a-bration and the Mango Melody. And I am going to just use our die. So remember, we're going to use this one right here. So how this cuts out is, this is going to cut out the lace, the stitched lace part, and then it's also going to leave the plain heart. So because I need the center of my heart is going to be the sale-a-bration, and the layered part on the outside is going to be the Mango Melody. Okay, so we're just going to run that through our big shot, just like that. Now, there is the punch that is new in the holiday catalog, or not holiday catalog, in the mini catalog. That is, it's a punch. It's a double pack punch. So one punches the heart, and it has the stitching in it, and the other one punches a whole heart, so it would be your whole heart, but it will have the scalloped and the stitching. It won't be like a frame, like the framelets do. So because of the magic of TV, here we go, voila. So I am going to put these just like that. So it's kind of like the wedding card, only I'm not using the frilly heart. So we're going to use that, and I'm not using, so it's not really Valentine-y because we're not using red or pink. We are just using a fun color. So just like so. And that is going to go right there. And then this one is going to go right there, just like that. All right. And then let's see here. We need our sentiment. So we're going to use our scrap piece of paper. And the sentiment we're using is the, what was it? The far away, close, far away. What did it say? It was in the, we'll find out in a second because I'm about to stamp it. All right, so I'm inking that up in Bermuda Bay. And I am just going to stamp this down. Far apart but close at heart. Okay, so now, I know I didn't stamp that straight, but it is going to be okay because I'm going to trim that with this right here, my mini trimmer, which I absolutely love. Okay, so I am going to stick this, although I need to take this guard off because it really does drive me crazy. And the only reason why I keep it on is because I can be dangerous. And because when my little granddaughter comes over, I don't want her to get hurt. I know that's going to come off, but I don't want to break it. Alright, I'm just going to move that like that. So I can lift this up so that I can move that over. I'm going to figure out how to take that off. I know it comes off, because it just gets in my way all the time. Okay. I know I'm making you guys nervous, aren't I? It's okay. I know what I'm doing. Kind of, sort of. Okay, we're just going to cut this straight. You guys have seen me use this before. I absolutely love it. But I really want to take this off, but I don't want to break it. So Sorry, you guys. I probably should just... There we go. Voila! Thank goodness I'm a little stubborn sometimes, I guess, huh? Alright, so I am going to trim that. There we go. Lucid heart. Move that out of the way because I know I'm giving you guys a fright attack. Okay. That's okay, right? It really is okay. It won't just fall. Okay, so now I am going to just, I think I'm going to flag this. Give it a little bit of a fishtail here. So all I did was cut up the center and then cut down the sides. I'm going to trim that down a little bit. All right, so now this is just going to come right across there like so. All right, and I am going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to do that with. So did I give you guys a heart attack? Alrighty, here we go. Oops. There we go. Just like that. So there we go. So there is our card. So then you can put an inside piece right in the inside. Stamp I miss you, which I did not bring over here. So we can't do that. Or you can just write your little sentiment in there and you can decorate the inside of your card too. So there you go. That is it. So see how the hearts aren't just for Valentine's. So this card does not look Valentine-y at all to me. So far apart but close at heart. Okay, so now the next card we're going to do is pretty much the same way, except for the sentiment. So I am just cutting a piece of cardstock really fast. All right, so I have the same cardstock here, which is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And we are just going to line that up. I don't think I did bring my bold folder, my bone folder over here, but it'll be all right. Okay, so we have that. Now, I already stamped one of these up too. And we are going to put that on there. And I've already punched one of these. This one, I think I am going to leave completely on the outside. So, I absolutely love these colors. And I did not have to put in my silicone mat so that this doesn't stick. Because I didn't have to put that much glue on there all the way across, and I did because I just want to line this up. Ooh, we might not be able to. Let's see here. Yeah, that will work just like that. And just like that. Okay, so there we go. So now I am going to just trim this off. Like so. And trim that off. And then we're going to adhere this down to the front of this. That's enough glue. Probably too much glue, but it's okay. well, okay, so we've got that and that. And then we need our hearts. But I think I am going to do something just a tiny bit different with the heart. With the other one, we use the darker, we use the Mango Melody for the frame, but I think I'm going to use, no, I think I do like the darker frame. What do you guys think? Give me your opinion. I think I do like the lighter heart with the darker, the lighter, the darker, or the darker with the lighter. I know. Good old spring. Okay. The lighter with the darker or the darker with the lighter? Thanks. Okay, so the darker frame with the lighter heart, or the, you know what, I think I'm just going to go with this one. And when you see why, I think you might agree. So I know that I'm using different stamp sets, but for this one, we're going to bring in the Strong and the Beautiful. And it says, you are loved completely. One of the reasons why I really wanted to do this particular sentiment, and because it is Valentine's Day, is because when I was doing some of my Bible reading, of course, it always takes you to what the day is. So today is Valentine's Day. So you know that most of the lessons and devotions and all of that were on God's love. And so, of course, I was reading about God's love and all that cool stuff. And I just wanted to share that with you because there's a book or a chapter in a book that is 1 John 4. Oh, that really stuck to my finger there. And I highly recommend that any of you guys out there would read that, because it is really enlightening. And not that I didn't know about God's love or anything like that, but it really puts a big emphasis on how great and how perfect that God's love is for us. And let me just go ahead, and if you guys don't mind, I wanted to read one of the verses out of or a couple of verses out of the chapter, and it's knowing God through love, and it starts at verse 7 and it goes through 11, and it's 1 John chapter 4, 7 through 11. It says, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. He who does not love does not know God, for God is love. In this the love of God was manifest toward us, that God has sent his only begotten Son into the world, that we might live through him. In this is love, not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son to be the propitiatory, I never can say that word, propitiation of our sins. Beloved, if God so loved us, we also ought to love one another." I know that's a hard word for me to say. Sometimes I can say it right and sometimes I can't. Propitiation. I think that's right. Anyway, those verses really stuck out at me, because he loved us so much that how many of us would actually sacrifice our own child? And God did. He loved the world so much that he sent his only begotten Son, that whosoever should believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And that's from John 3:16. So throughout the Bible, it just talks about how much he loves us. And then, of course, in 1 John, it talks about our responsibility to have that love, too, for others, that we're even to love our enemies. And So if you guys get a chance, just go ahead and read that. It's 1 John chapter 4. It's absolutely really great chapter on God's love. So that's enough chit chat on that. So I am going to do the sentiment, you are loved completely. So let's go ahead. You guys, thanks so much for sticking with me through all of my chit chat and bobbling around today. Today's been kind of a difficult day for me to stay focused. I've really kind of been struggling with it for the last couple of days, and to be honest, I've been a little upset about a couple of things that's been going on, and I gotta let that go, because you know what? You gotta love the people that hurt you. You gotta love the people that hurt the people that you love, and you gotta love the people. You gotta love your enemies. So here we go. We're going to do the same thing. I am going to just stamp that down. Bloop. Pretty good. And here you guys go for some more heart failure, because I just think it's so much fun to give you guys some heart failure. I'm only joking. I really do think it's fun. And I am going to... I might end up putting the guard back on though, just because, just might. Because, here we go. All right. So I am going to cut that. Actually, I'm going to cut that at an angle. And then I'm going to cut this at an angle. So that gives it a little bit of a different look. I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals. Aw, thanks, Chris. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, it stuck to my finger. Now, why did it do that? Because I have so much glue on my finger that even the glue is sticking. That's funny. Okay, so it's a little bit crooked. All right, so there we go. So now we can make this card sparkle some more. And now this card, the sentiments, you can use. This could be a birthday card, because let me show you what I was thinking for that card. Well, maybe. Here we go. So, with the Timeless Tulip, see, I need to get more of just sentiment stamp sets. Let me tell you, that's my advice to you, is to get you a really good die set that you love, that does all kinds of different things. Like, I recommend the Be Mine stitched framelits, but you can't always do everything with that. Like you can with the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Those you can make labels, you can do the scalloped rectangles. It's an amazing die set to have. Then pick you a good stamp set that you like the images on, that you can do the most with. Then pick you a great sentiment stamp set that has tons of sentiments and beautiful fonts and different sizes. That's what I highly recommend to do. Okay, so on this one says, what a difference, what a beautiful difference one single life makes. So I really thought that that would look great with this. You are so loved. So this is just my opinion, but I really liked it. So I thought I need to get a center for our card. This one's just a little too long, so let me just cut. This is 5.5. I am going to cut off about, I think that's about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I am going to bring that right in there, just like so. Like that. Let's bring this, move move this stuff out of the way here. All right, so we're going to take that image off of there. We're going to put this one on here. So this could be like if someone's not feeling well, if they're going through a hard time, you can say, because telling somebody that they're loved completely could be for anything. It doesn't have to be, oh, I love you so much, you're the love of my life. Nah. It doesn't have to be that. It can be because they're sick and you just want them to know that you love them and you're praying for them. It could be a birthday, because that's what we're going to do with this. So I am going to go ahead and bring back in some Bermuda Bay. Sorry, you guys, I get sidetracked when I'm distracted. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to stamp this, and I'm looking at this at an angle, so it may not be straight. I don't know. I don't want to stick my head up in here, so hopefully we're going to stamp this straight. So, and I don't think I did. I surprise myself sometimes. Not too bad. So what a difference one single life makes. So when you think about that sentiment, what do you think about? I think about it is somebody's birthday. So I'm going to come in with my happy birthday. So both of those sentiments came from the Timeless Tulips. And I think that I am going to do, I think I'm just going to use black for that. We're just going to use black. And we're going to stamp happy birthday right there. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with one of these beautiful little flowers here. And I'm going to do that in Melon Mambo. This one was the Melon Mambo one, I think. Yep. And we are just going to put that right there. Just like so. So what do you guys think? I hope you like it. Well, I was going to stamp the leaf, but I don't see where the leaves went to, so it's stuck on the bottom of something. Okay, so we're going to come in, and we are going to glue this down, glue it down, and stick that right there on there. So what do you guys think? Good. So it says, you are loved completely. What a difference, what a beautiful difference one single life makes. Happy birthday. I like it. I think that turned out really cute. So there you guys go. We're spreading the love. We're spreading the love on that card too. And there you go. This would be great for a military person, family member who's been gone for a while, who's deployed. Okay, so I hope that you guys like that. And I hope that you guys go back and read 1 John chapter 4, because it's really awesome. It's really cool stuff in there. And happy Valentine's Day. May you have a great day with your sweetie, whoever that may be, child, husband, spouse, whatever. Okay. Thanks you guys so very, very, very much. Oh, remember to share the video, comment that you shared, and like the video, and you will be entered into the drawing for next week. You'll actually win both of these cards, as a matter of fact. Okay, so it really helps me out when you guys do that, being a small business and trying to get out there and get seen, and to spread the love of stamping to everybody. Okay. Bye-bye. Doodly-doo.